for oral answer, and the first question stands in the name of Nikki Kaye.
Mr Speaker, question to the Minister of Finance. What reports has he received on New Zealand's economic vulnerabilities?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, New Zealand's main economic vulnerability is the combined public and private debt to the rest of the world. This debt, which is measured by our net international liabilities, is one of the main indicators that lenders and credit rating agencies focus on when deciding our credit worthiness. New Zealand's net international liabilities have improved in recent times, reflecting an increase in savings. But with US and European fears driving global uncertainty, there's clearly more work to do.
Nikki Kaye.
Speaker, supplementary question. What progress has New Zealand made reducing its international liabilities?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, New Zealand's net international liabilities have dropped from a peak of 86% of GDP in late 2009 to about 69% of GDP in March 2011. This improvement is even more marked when compared to Budget 2000 forecast, which suggested the figure would have climbed to 106% of GDP by now. So instead of it being 106% of GDP, it's actually around 69%. The government has been working hard to reduce its own borrowing while putting in place policies that lift economic growth.
Nikki Kaye.
Mr Speaker, supplementary question. Why is reducing New Zealand's international liabilities important?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, I think it's important just because in the current state of financial markets, particularly in the US and Europe, it's becoming clear that financial markets are becoming more sensitive to debt. That is, any country which has significant international liabilities will come under the microscope. So while the New Zealand ship is in better shape than it was 3 years ago, global waters have become significantly rougher.
Mr
Nikki
Speaker,
Kaye.
Supplementary question. What reports has he seen of policies that would increase debt and heighten New Zealand's vulnerability in uncertain global markets?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, I have seen reports of a number of policies that would require more borrowing in uncertain global markets. For instance, a tax package that would result in $6.6 billion more debt, and it's certainly not one for which the government is responsible.
The Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Order. That was Jonathan Young.
Order. Members should just ask their questions, although some interjections I do acknowledge are difficult to ignore. The Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Order.
Mr Speaker, does muddling through, as the Prime Minister described the Minister of Finance's policy, involve losing another 50,000 jobs, or does he stand by his forecast of 175,000 net employment gain over the next 4 years?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, to deal with the first one first, we had the question yesterday about the employment indicator. It is a partial measure of jobs. The Household Labour Force survey, which the opposition have used for the last 2 years and 11 months in opposition, is the standard, and by that measure the number of jobs has grown. Treasury has forecast 175,000 new jobs, and we don't see any reason as yet to change that.
Question number 2, the Honourable Annette King.